Greetings, YouTube. Today we are going to look at the Mossberg G10 tactical folder. Now, I was unaware that Mossberg had a knife line because they're most well known for their shotguns. But I figured, you know, it was reasonably priced. I found it online for like, I think it was under $19 on Amazon. It comes with a limited lifetime warranty. It says 440 non-glare black blade, G10 scales, easy one-handed opening, reversible stainless steel clip. So here we have the knife in question. As you can see, it does have a reversible clip, but it's reversible in the sense that it goes from right-hand tip-down carry to left-hand tip-down carry, and it is a stepped thumb stud, ambidextrous on either side, and it is, I can easily open and close this with my left hand, and I'm not left-handed, so I mean, if you are left-handed, it would become, you know, even simpler. I am right-handed. What I liked about it was the fact that I had never seen a Mossberg knife, and I liked the blade shape. This kind of the classic, almost dagger shape to it. And I like that. The finish on this is not the best. Here at the tip, there's a little bit of almost wavy appearance on both sides, like the finishing wasn't done quite right. But it has that, you know, that black tactical look to it, which I gotta be honest with you, it's not my favorite thing. And it says here on the blade, let me bring up here, see if you can get in there. Let's see if you can see that. And it says like, made in China, international headquarters in USA. I don't think I've ever seen a knife that it had to make the effort, there's the Mossberg logo on this side, made the effort to point out that the knife itself was made in China, but that the headquarters of the company was in the US. I think that was kind of weird. It is a liner lock. It's got very nice lockup for a cheap knife. No wiggle room in either direction whatsoever. It is I don't know if you can see that, but that lockup is right in the middle of the blade. It's not going anywhere. Steel liners, which are not skeletonized, which is fine. This isn't a particularly heavy knife to begin with. And it is there is some knurling here on the liner lock, but it's not aggressive. It doesn't hurt your thumb, which is a nice touch. The centering is not good. I played with the pivots here, and I couldn't really alter the setting. I did get it to loosen up a little. I've seen some folks that can like flick these things open with their middle finger. I cannot do that. So, but it does open smoothly, and it does. I don't know if you can see that in there. I don't know if you can get that in there or not. But there's white nylon liners, which I appreciate, which I think is a nice touch. These are using star drives, so they're readily available, and you can make an adjustment here. I couldn't get this side to budge at all, but this side I was able to loosen it up a little bit. And it's got 5 screws here, which is quite impressive. I mean, 3 of them are pillars, just straight pillars, and I like an open construction like this because I think it means it's much easier to keep things clean. But the other 2 are just to keep the G10 handles in place, scales in place, and I've never seen scales that were that securely attached before. So that I was actually impressed by that. Nice chamfering all the way around, and they have a nice texture. It's not overly aggressive, but it definitely is there. Things that I'm not too thrilled about. It's a little angular. I find this whole area in here and this up here just to be a little uncomfortable. The sculpting is okay, but this right here, that point right there, and this up here, just because your finger's kind of hitting it from that side, I don't find that comfortable. There's no jimping here. That's okay. I can't see this as a heavy use knife. Another thing is that while this is stepped, and I like that, it should have been lower. It should have been a millimeter lower than this, because when this is in your pocket, your hand catches on this when you're moving it in and out. And I found that really annoying today. I was carrying it around today. If it was a little bit lower, it would have avoided that. It's just sticking out too far. It should be flush with the handle, and it isn't flush. It sticks out about a millimeter or so too far. And that would have still been plenty of room to get your thumb in there. I mean, I'm touching the blade with my thumb. So if it had been a millimeter lower and everything had, you know, the 3 steps had just been cut in a little deeper, it still would have worked, and you wouldn't have had that dragging, because it actually catches on your hand when you're moving it out of your pocket. That's not good in my opinion. But again, I purchased because I'd never had a Mossberg knife. I wanted to add one to my collection. I wanted to see what kind of quality it was. It did not come all that sharp out of the box. I ran it through a ceramic hone. I was able to add a little bit of superior edge to it, but I haven't broken out my Spyderco sharpeners and done anything serious to it. And I have, honestly, I like no real clue what quality steel is in here. It says 440 non-glare black blade, but is that actual 440? What the heck is it? You know what I mean? So I don't know, but obviously it's made in China, and metal sometime from China is of questionable quality. But it's not a bad knife, and for the price, there are people who would definitely like this design. Some people like tip down carry. I prefer tip up. So this is not something I'm going to be using on a regular basis. But it's nice. It is a nice blade. It's got a nice lanyard hold here too as well, and then you can get a piece of full-scale paracord through there if you want. Though if it's going to be this way in your pocket, I don't really know how that's going to. I guess if you don't have it, to remove the clip entirely and just carry it in your pocket, having a lanyard might help somewhat. But it's kind of big as an actual pocket knife. But overall, it's not a bad design in some regards, and it was nice to see that Mossberg does in fact have something out there in the knife department.